So this is from Fox News. Bloomberg blasts Sanders' outrageous claim that Soleimani strike was an assassination. So let's see what Mr. Bloomberg had to say about Bernie's comments on Soleimani. Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg balked at fellow 2020 candidate and Senator Bernard Sanders' suggestion that President Trump carried out an assassination when he ordered a lethal strike on Iranian General Qasem Soleimani. When asked about the descriptor, Bloomberg said, quote, "If he was talking about killing the general, this is a guy who had an awful amount of American blood on his hands. I think that's an outrageous thing to say." How is that an outrageous thing to say that the extrajudicial murder of a foreign country, Iran, they're number two in power, was also a violation of Iraqi sovereignty, and Trump ordered this without any kind of congressional approval or oversight? I just do not see how any reasonable person could not view that as a assassination. This is more from Mr. Bloomberg. Quote, "Nobody that I know of would think that we did something wrong in getting the general," he said, before adding the U.S. had a right and obligation to pursue Soleimani. What right did we have exactly in Iraq to, assassinate the number two in command of Iran and a high up in their military apparatus in Iraq, a country whose government and people have said we've been violating their sovereignty repeatedly, and this was just another example of that. And as a result, in fact, the parliament voted to get us out of the country. We didn't have no right, we had no obligation to assassinate Soleimani. Let's see. How can you, maybe the people that Bloomberg hangs around with in the, circle of oligarchic elite that I'm sure he surrounds himself with, and yeah, those people probably didn't see anything wrong with it, because if we do end up going to war, it's not going to be those kids going over there and, getting killed to, enrich people like Michael Bloomberg. And yeah, so that's Bloomberg. It's like, oh my goodness. So what do you think of Bloomberg calling out Bernie Sanders for rightly calling the extrajudicial murder of Qasem Soleimani an assassination? I think it was completely correct and on point. And the only reason we're hearing from Michael Bloomberg at this point is because he's a billionaire who was able to buy his way into the news cycle, but he just needs to go away.